This is a Saturday Morning TVLog from Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Welcome to another Saturday Morning TVLog, and this time around it's These Are the Days, brought to us by Hanna-Barbera. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm Doyle, aka the Big D. This, of course, is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So today's Saturday Morning TVLog is probably one of the few underrated Hanna-Barbera tunes that I do recall seeing a few times. These Are the Days. It's an animated series that kind of has a feel of the Waltons to it, originally premiered on ABC in September of 1974. This, of course, was another big, busy year for that studio, which, of course, introduced their new Rainbow HB logo that they would use for the next 5 years. Of course, they had other shows, because this show was among one of the shows that premiered on the Alphabet Network. Of course, the others were Hong Kong Phooey, which I've already talked about, and Devlin, which I have yet to talk about. Now, they've also got some other shows coming up, such as the show that's going to be next week's Saturday Morning TVLog. I'll tell you about when I get to it, as well as Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch, which came on NBC. Of course, that other the latter I mentioned, next week's Saturday Morning TVLog, was a CBS show. Oh yeah, one other show premiered that same year, and that, of course, was the live-action Cork 70,000 BC. Anyway, now on with this show. These are the days. It was set at the turn of the 20th century in an old town called Elmsville, located somewhere on the Great Plains. The show portrayed the everyday lives of the Day family, which consisted of a widow, her 3 children, and her father, who happens to be a self-styled inventor. Various family members interacted with friends and neighbors, with the story usually ending with a lesson learned. Now, it's been years since I last saw this show, and I recall I caught reruns of this on, I think, Cartoon Network a time or two, but it was Boomerang I got to see more of it. Anyway, due to the popularity of CBS's big hit drama, The Waltons, which came out a couple of years back, ABC decided to take a flyer on an animated program set around the turn of the century. Now, of course, this wouldn't be the first time, because the same year this came out, Filmation kind of did the same thing with the US of Archie, which sometimes had the Archie gang playing various characters during times at the turn of the century or before the turn of the century. Now, of course, it was one of the 3 serious programs on the network that aired on Saturday mornings. Of course, I've already mentioned Cork 70,000 BC and Devlin. Now, both These Are the Days and Devlin were among the few dramatic programs ever to be produced by Hanna-Barbera, who were mostly best known for slapstick comedies and adventure cartoons, action adventures. Now, since Warner Bros. Has since acquired Hanna-Barbera via Turner Entertainment, as well as Lorimar, who, of course, produced The Waltons. Well, despite critical acclaim, the show was unfortunately a ratings failure, as well as were the latter 2, and all 3 series were canceled at the end of the year, in 1975. Anyway, after a total of 16 episodes were produced. Anyway, now, well, the first 12 were shown during the fall of 74, but then after that it continued in reruns until 4 more episodes were shown in September of the following year before it ended on September 27th. Anyway, now, it's hard to remember these, but anyway, we have voicing of the various members of the Day family. Now, I know this has to be the mother, Martha, is voiced by June Lockhart. Most of y'all know her best from TV's Lassie, as well as the final seasons of TV's Petticoat Junction. And of course, as for the rest of the members, we have, let's see here. We have, let's see, Henry Jones playing Jeff Day, Andrew Parks as Ben Day, Jack Haley, which I got a feeling that's Jackie Earl Haley, who recently, well, lent his voice to Hanna-Barbera's Wait Till Your Father Gets Home, but I can't guarantee you that, though. Voicing Danny Day. I think some of those are the kids. And then, of course, there was I do believe there was a daughter. I do believe, yes. And her name was Kathy, and was voiced by Pamela Furden, who recently lent her voice to other Hanna-Barbera shows such as C-Lab 2020 and The Roman Holidays. And of course, she also voiced Fern Arable in Charlotte's Web, which also was produced by Hanna-Barbera and released by Paramount. Now, I have yet to review that movie. I plan to review that down the road. Anyway, I will say this show's not too bad once you give it a try. I mean, well, I never really got into the Waltons much, but I do know it's a pretty good show. No, not that I'm trying to be rude to everyone or something like that. Still, I gotta say this was a very good show. Well, from what I've seen of it. Now, the show has yet to be released on physical media, however, which I do completely understand. Oh, yeah, and there's also another character on the show I almost forgot to point out, the character of Homer, who is voiced by Frank Caddy, who, of course, I'm sure you know who that is also from Petticoat Junction and Green Acres fame. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's right. Okay. Yeah, Jeff Day's is the grandpa, and Ben, Kathy, and Andrew are the kids. Okay, now I'm getting it. Anyway, that was really. This show isn't too bad once you get to check it out. Anyway, now give me a sec. I'm trying to get some more information. Well, not too much of information. Still, I can tell you this show was not just big with kids, but it was also big with adults as well, which I think that was pretty good. I mean, there have usually been some shows that have been Saturday morning shows or cartoons from 70s, 80s, or I don't know, whatever decade. Well, that were big with both kids and adults. So I'm thinking that's really something. But now I do believe somebody has maybe an episode or two up on YouTube, but they're taken from actual film reels or something like that. But anyway, I think you might want to give this show a try. These Are the Days isn't that bad. I mean, I think it's pretty good. I think it would be fun to see if it comes to physical media one day in the future. But if you can't find those episodes on YouTube, last time I checked there were a couple anyway, but not too many. But you might want to look it up on the net, and maybe you'll find it on some other sites. I'm almost sure of it, if I'm not mistaken. Give me a second. Sorry about that. I had to look through my sources, and I'm afraid I can't find them anywhere else or what have you. But if you do happen to find this series, and if you're into maybe shows like The Waltons or even later shows such as Little House on the Prairie, maybe, I think These Are the Days would be right up your alley. Yeah. Anyway, it also featured lots of other voice actors, including, let's see, there's others, including Mickey Dolenz, who also lent his voice to Devlin, and he also did some other shows. Yeah, of course, that's Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees. Alan Melvin, who, of course, voiced McGill Gorilla and others. He also played Sam the Butcher on the Brady Bunch. And Paul Winchell, the original voice of Tigger on Winnie the Pooh, and other shows. And of course, he also lent his voice to another Hanna-Barbera series that came out the same year this did, and that, of course, was Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch. Anyway, I think this is probably one of Hanna-Barbera's more serious shows, but if you happen to find this somewhere, give it maybe a watch. But if you have seen this show, please feel free to tell me what you think of this show in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And stay tuned, I will be getting a spoiler-free review of Ghostbusters Afterlife up real soon, once I go see it. But anyway, if you like this video, you may want to consider checking out some of these other Saturday Morning TV logs. In the upper left-hand corner is the Saturday Morning TV log I did for another show that premiered on ABC that was actually based on an actual series, that being The New Adventures of Gilligan. The upper right-hand corner, is the Saturday Morning TV log I did for HR Pub and stuff a couple weeks back, or you can catch what you might have missed or see it again, my last week's Saturday Morning TV log for the original Land of the Lost, which happened to premiere the same year. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., as well as the Saturday Morning TV log, then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching, and next week's Saturday Morning TV log is Valley of the Dinosaurs, which of course is another Hanna-Barbera show from '74. So until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.